And when they hear that shit, they be like, shit, I wouldn't even get on that bitch no more. You know how many people would not deal with this shit? So no, you wouldn't do nothing. No, you wouldn't fight this person or go to this place. Bitch, you be scared of losing your job. Or your kids getting took like CPS, like they're doing a 21. You bitches couldn't take. You couldn't take. But the ones who do take, y'all sit up and judge and watch and hate on them. For no reason. Then the guys sit up and pick on me for no fucking reason. I be in my own zone, minding my own business. They're loserish to me. That shit is loser to me. Because the fact that I know you're a man, I don't care if you get fucked in your ass, or you fuck somebody else in their ass. I personally believe in gender roles. I believe that a man is stronger than a woman. But I also believe that a woman can be more mature than a man because she matures faster, usually. But not all the time. And more mature in certain situations. Like I feel like in my mind, I'm more mature in certain situations, but not in other situations where a man might know more than me. Or a man can do better than me. You know what I mean? A man is always going to be stronger than at least me. Because I'm only 5'3", and right now, I only weigh 120 pounds. A man is going to be stronger than me right now. But anyways, all I know is the people on this app are really just hypocritical. They're hypocritical and nasty and evil for absolutely no reason. And I just feel like when you're a host on here and when you meet other hosts, like you feel like you know how your mom be like, you should always find people more like you to be friends with. You find somebody more like you to be friends with on here and all you're meeting is a narcissist, an evil person, someone who just want content. Like, you gotta understand, like, there are some people, and I'm not gonna say everybody that go live is a narcissist because that's not that, but it takes a certain kind of person to always want the spotlight, to always want attention. For some people, it's easier than others, and I feel like Yetta knows that nobody likes to watch her sing. Nobody gives a fuck about her as a person. They only care when she is wrong. So I feel like that's her. She's a narc. I feel like she's a female narc. And I feel like a lot of us have narcissistic personality traits, but not all of us are narcissistic. I feel like she is a narc. She's almost 40 years old, and this is her bop. This is her bop. Really, by 30, I hope that I'm doing something totally different. On some real shit, by 30, I really hope I'm doing something, like, when I tell y'all, totally different. Totally different. She's a covert narcissist. She tries to act like she's helping people. Her covertness comes in the form of she's trying to help you, but she's really not. But no shade, like, and I get that some people, take off at different points. You know what I mean? There's no shade to Pastor Eb or anybody that's close to 40 or around 40. Is no shade. I just pray that I'm further ahead and I learn from the mistakes that maybe they didn't learn by the time they were a certain age, or whatever hindered them doesn't hinder me. You know what I mean? It's not even a shady comment. It's genuinely how I feel. Like, part of me wish I didn't even have an agency. Like, I kind of just want to go in a totally different direction. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even, like, now that I feel like I don't even want nobody else doing this shit. Like, I want to do something different. I don't even necessarily want to do this shit. I just feel like this shit is evil. I've only ever had bad experiences from this app. Like, granted, Zell Swag and Pharaoh were to me a blessing, but we're still doing the raffle. We just got distracted. I got clipped. We're on my main page again. So if you just came in here, I just ended my live from that live because I got clipped, and now we're on the new page. We just got it back up to 940 right now. But no shade. Like, I just wish, part of me wish I never found Bigo. Like, if I never found Bigo, I'd probably be working another regular job. I would have never been thinking about following on any app. Because I had gotten gave up on, getting clout off the internet. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I was more so trying to be like an Instagram girl, like just take cute selfies, do this and that. But that didn't really, like, take off like that I thought it would. You know what I mean? Like, I used to, like, comment first on certain posts. I was always getting a good amount of likes on my Instagram posts. And then I came to Instagram. Not Instagram, but I came to Bigo when it was easier. But part of me wish I never would have found it. You know what I mean? I wish I would have just... I probably would have been done with nail school by now. I probably would have been a nail tech or some shit. I don't fucking know. But things, I feel like, happen for a reason. But I kind of wish things happened different. But it is what it is. I seen it on like a Instagram ad one time. Like, I seen like a screen record of, it was We Love Shay. She was like reading to somebody, and it was real funny. And I was seeing like the name Bigo on the shit, so I went and looked it up. And then I joined it, and I started going live. Like, I just joined a whole bunch of different panels. So, like, when I started joining panels, like, they would read me, they would cuss me out. I'm like, this is kind of weird. Like, I think I'm on like the wrong side of Bigo. But then I started looking more, and it seemed like more of the rooms were like that than not. Like, more of them were like mean and like nasty than they were good. And I remember I got on my first argument on one panel, and I just didn't understand, like, why they were so mean to me. Like, why are they talking to me like that? But then I found like they were having like reading panels. Like, that's just what they do on here. So they read each other, they cuss each other out, they talk about each other, but it wasn't real because they don't know each other. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it started. So I had joined a family, and then when I joined that family, it kind of like, it's hard to explain. Like, I feel like the people on here know who's gonna be lit and know who's not gonna be lit. Then the people that know what's gonna be lit, that's who they attack for real, because they were mean as fuck to me, and they was reading me and they saying all kind of shit and lying on me for no reason. And I just got on the app. I didn't understand. I just remember they had trolled me real bad one day, and they had pretended they were gonna come fight me, and I was like, I had got tired of them talking shit, so I'm like, well, shit, I'll go outside and wait. And I went outside and waited, and they never came. But then they went back on the app and were like, oh, we were there and you weren't there, and you weren't trying to fight us. They lied on me and tried to make it seem like I was scared of them, but I had really did go outside. So I was like, oh, that's when I started to kind of understand, like, that was the game, like, tricking you, or like getting you mad enough to go outside and wait and them not even come. Like, they really trolled you all the way around, and they're still trolling you further by saying you didn't walk around the corner to fight them. You just went. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, no matter what I would have did, they were still going to say something like I was scared of something. And that's when I kind of got a good idea of how Bigo operated, but I still didn't understand. Like, I didn't understand how everybody on here really operate. That was just like the tip of the iceberg for real. So time went on. I started like talking to Greedy or whatever. And when I started talking to Greedy, he wasn't even as bad as he is now. Like, people see him now, he's a lot worse than what he was than when I met him. And he was a liar. He was gay. And he fucked trannies and all kind of shit or whatever. But he would lie to me. He said he didn't do that. And he told me that if I kept asking questions, he wasn't gonna talk to me no more or whatever. But look, y'all, I don't really care. I can't see the list to come. You know what? I'm gonna try. I'll try. I can't see the shit. Is that better? Is that better? Are you happy? Are you happy? I don't even remember where the fuck I was at now. Okay, I remember. But the niggas kept lying. He said if I kept asking about motherfuckers, like, okay, this is what I thought he was there, okay? Because at first, like, I just got on here on the app, but I had started getting these people lying on me and saying weird shit about me, so I just assumed they was lying on him too. So I asked him, and I was like, basically, are you gay? And he's like, no, why would you ask me like that? Like, he got mad. Because initially it was someone named Kamoy. Y'all know who Kamoy is. Kamoy was saying that she had met up with him and she might have fucked him with a condom and he sucked her dick or some shit. And this is when I think he was like, I think like he might have messed with a train before, but like he really was starting to get his feet wet messing with trans and gay and stuff. Like, he was starting to get his feet wet or whatever. So one day I was on the panel and Merm didn't like me. Merm would like leak my number. She would do weird shit to me for no reason. Merm did not like me for absolutely no reason. She just would do weird shit to me just because she could. So we on a panel one day, and she's like, you know, Greedy got a sex tape. Like, he fucked some girl with a loose ass pussy and all of this shit. And I'm like, if you got all this proof, just show it to me. Like, what the fuck? So he called me when I got off that panel, and he was like, if you ever ask anybody for proof ever again, I'm not gonna fuck with you no more, because, like, why the fuck would you ask for proof? Like, you're weird as fuck. Like, but me, my thing is, even if someone has said you messed with a girl, if they said you messed with somebody, when I ask for proof, like, you're saying this about somebody I mess with, why wouldn't you give me proof? Like, why wouldn't I want proof of what they're accusing you of? So I could just move on with my life. So basically, I ended up, he showed me the sex tape himself, but I'm like, just show it to me. Like, if you don't want me wondering what's going on or wondering what they're saying, he showed me the sex tape and it was really gross. Like, he was fucking some bitch with like a loose ass pussy. Like, it just looked so loose when he was fucking it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It just looked loose to me. Like, I could just tell, like, the way the pussy was, like, gripping the dick. Like, it just looked loose. So I was just like that turned me off. Like, and like, immediately. Like, ew. But, you know, I already fucked them, so I was like, whatever. But when we broke up, like, I don't know. As soon as we broke up, like, I kind of didn't expect him to go be with a transgender or something like that. I kind of, when we broke up, was expecting him to just go be with a regular bitch. But he still dates girls. I guess they don't care that he's talked to a transgender before. But I don't want to be with someone who's into transgenders. And I'm starting to feel like more of these niggas are gay as fuck, and more of them are gay as fuck, and more of them are gay than they act like. And then he leaked my address and shit. So, like, after that, and that's a long later, he leaked my address and all kind of shit. And he's the reason why all of my ops anybody that does not like me has my address because of him. He's the reason why they have my number, my address, all that. That's why I tell y'all, like, don't give people your real number and really try not to fuck with too many people from off here, because almost every experience other than Gel Swag and Pharaoh were bad. Like, I swear to God, I have far and few in between experiences. Oh, ATL wasn't a bad experience. He was cool around me too in Genova, but everybody else was horrible. Tried to storyline me, would lie on me, make up stuff about me, tell people I stink, tell people awful things about me, just for attention, because I get views and they don't. Because people watch me and people don't watch them, and talking about me gives them views. Talking bad about me gives them views, and it hurts your feelings, because you're like, why would somebody do that? You would think, like, I get all these views, I'm nice, I'm cool. Like, you would think they would get around you and be like, you don't want to be your friend for real. You would think they would want to, like, be close to you for, and I swear to God, they don't. They don't appreciate none of that shit. They don't appreciate you having a good personality, being funny. They're mad because they don't have that shit. They mad because they don't. I never would have thought that people would do weird shit over Bigo, and it's just Bigo. And it's so weird. It's the weirdest shit. It's more than trolling. It's not normal. Like, the shit that happened on here is not normal, and it's so weird. It's not even about getting the views back, because like I said, I genuinely get views on a regular basis, even when I don't have beef with drama or beef with Yetta or beef with anybody. It's not about views to me. I've been getting views. Even when I was a nobody on here, I was getting views. Like, I don't understand. Views were never hard to get, even before Greedy. That's why when people say they only knew me for this or they only knew for that. Okay, that's fine. You can only know me for that, but I always got views. I remember the first time I ever did a single live. I was scared to do single live. I would only do panels. And they were like, you should do a single live. They would love you in a single live. Literally, as soon as I switched to a single live, it was the same views that I get in panels on a single live. That was before Greedy. So that's when people say they only heard me from Greedy. That's fine. You only heard me from Greedy. You only heard me from Pastor. You only heard me from that situation. Like, I was always getting views. I never not got views on here. Like, you would think I had a platform when I first came on here, how I was getting views. But all I know is, I would never be friends with people like certain people again off of here. I learned my lesson. I really feel like I learned my lesson. I really learned my lesson. I feel like Ghetto was that lesson I need to learn, that there are people out there that will pretend to want to help you, but just want to get views off you or use you for a storyline. I don't feel like she ever seen me as no real friend. I think she only just see me as like some Bigo shit. It is high school vibes on here. They do move like high school, but it's worse than high school because they're older. So they're more cunning, they're sneakier, and they're eviler. More evil, but they're more cunning. They're diabolical. They do things that you would never thought of. I swear to God. Some of the shit they did to me on here, I never would have thought they would have did to me. Like, some shit was like surface level. Okay, talk shit. Okay, maybe call my leasing office or some shit. But like, the shit they be doing on here, I didn't think they was capable of, but it is what it is. You learn, everything is hindsight. You learn.